I travel a lot, so it's important for me to stay organized without feeling overwhelmed. And honestly, weekly planning changed everything for me. So today I'm showing you my exact 5-step planning system that helps me organize my life, stay productive, and actually follow through on my goals. Step 1 is always my brain dump. Before I try to organize anything, I get every single thought out of my head and onto paper. I like to brain dump by category because it makes the process so much faster and more seamless for me. So instead of writing random things everywhere, I separate everything into sections like work, content, errands, home, business, personal goals, appointments, and things I need to remember for the week. This helps me see exactly what's taking up mental space without feeling scattered, worried, or anxious that I'm forgetting something. I also don't worry about order or priority here. This is just a space to unload everything on my mind. Big tasks, tiny reminders, ideas, follow-ups, literally anything floating around in my brain. I've learned that when I don't do a brain dump first, I spend the whole week trying to remember things, recreating the wheel, putting notes here, putting post-its there, instead of actually focusing on the things that need to get done and checking them off of my list. So this step really helps clear my mind before I start planning intentionally, and I make sure I don't miss not a single thing. Next, I reflect on the past week before jumping into a new one. I look at my wins, what made me happy, lessons I learned, and how I want to improve moving forward. I think reflection is such an important part of planning because productivity isn't just about checking boxes. It's also about paying attention to what's actually working for you personally. Then I review what I completed last week and what still needs to be carried over. If I have space in the next week, in the new week, I'll move those unfinished tasks forward instead of pretending they never existed. This makes sure that things I didn't have time to do, things I didn't want to do, still get done sometime in the future. Step 3 is where I prioritize. I review and highlight my priorities from my brain dump and everything that I carried over. I go through my brain dump, add in my carryover tasks, and start highlighting the things I'd really like to accomplish this week. This helps me narrow my focus because realistically, everything cannot be the priority at the same time. So I'm identifying what would make the biggest impact if I completed it this week. Step 4 is setting my priorities for the week. And this is probably the most important part of my planning process. I like to choose a few key priorities for the week instead of overwhelming myself with an unrealistic to-do list that's a mile long and I know won't get done, but I will try. These are the things that absolutely need my attention, whether that's work projects, appointments, content deadlines, personal goals, or things that need to happen at home. For instance, I'm apartment searching. I have to move at a certain time period. That's a time-sensitive task that needs to be looked at weekly. For sure, that's on my priority list. I try to be very honest with myself during this step about what I actually have the capacity for. That's something I still struggle with because I want to get everything done now, but that's not always feasible. Because the goal isn't to create a perfectly packed planner, the goal is to create a plan I can realistically follow, right? I also like to think about how I want my week to feel. I want it to feel productive, balanced, calm, focused, and I plan around that instead of just filling every empty space with a bunch of tasks that I know I won't get done, and by the end of the week, I'm overwhelmed and I'm sad because I didn't get things done. Having clear priorities helps me make decisions throughout the week because I already know what matters most, and that's already in my planner written down. Step 5. Once my priorities are set, I start time blocking my non-negotiables first. So I'm adding appointments, meetings, work hours, routines, errands, and anything else that already has a set time attached to it. After that, if I still have room and energy available, I'll pull from that carryover list and brain dump to schedule additional tasks into open spaces. I also try to be intentional about not overloading my days because I've learned that an overpacked schedule usually leads to burnout or unfinished tasks. And when I'm burnt out, I do even less. That's not productive. And one thing I always remind myself is that these plans don't just magically happen because they're written down. You need systems in place that help you follow through daily. For me, that looks like having both morning and evening planning routines, daily to-do lists, and habits that help me stay organized throughout the week instead of only planning once and hoping for the best. Weekly planning gives me direction, but my daily systems are what actually help me execute my plans. AM and PM planning routines are so important. You don't want to go to bed not knowing what your plan is for the next day. You can do something as simple as reviewing what you have prioritized and scheduled for that day and making a to-do list of your top 3 or 4 priorities for the following day. Do what you need to do the night before so that that next day can be successful and you can do those things that you have planned to do. I love waking up in the morning, looking at my planner and my priorities and seeing my day already planned out for me. I know what I need to do, and that feels so good to me each day. And then, of course, after you've done all 5 steps, you can decorate. This is honestly one of my favorite parts because it makes the process feel creative and enjoyable instead of just productive. Adding stickers, colors, highlighters, and little details makes me actually excited to open my planner throughout the week. And I truly believe that when your planning system feels good to use, it feels fun, it's enjoyable, you look forward to it, you're way more likely to stay consistent with it. And that's my full weekly planning process. It keeps me organized, focused, and realistic about what I can actually accomplish. Let me know if you want a deeper breakdown of any of these planning steps. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.